Yeah. So, Benny, can you tell us about the conflict a little bit? What might be going on up there? I mean, obviously we don't know. And is it a tribal thing? Is it violence? Is it just what's happening in the north?
So this conflict is particularly in the northeast region
Okay.
where I come from, and it's a conflict related to chieftaincy. It's a chieftaincy dispute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there is a town in the Upper East region. That town is not even in Northeast; it's in Upper East, and Upper East and Northeast are joined together.
Uh-huh.
So there's a conflict between two tribes as to who is supposed to be crowned as the king of the or the chief of the community.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the Mamprusi people and the Kusasi people who are both claiming rightful ownership of the town,
Mm.
and they feel like they should. Each tribe feels like it belongs to them, and they should have someone from their side being enskinned as chief. So one tribe has actually been ruling for some time. And it's been since we grew up in primary school, we used to hear of the conflict in that particular town, but we didn't know it would get to Nalerigu, where I currently stay. And now the reason why it has extended to Nalerigu is that the paramount king of Mamprugu stays in Nalerigu. So he chose someone from his side to go and act as the chief in that community.
Mm-hmm.
So the other community members to us saying no, it's not part of his jurisdiction, so he doesn't have that power to appoint someone as chief, and so they are resisting it, which has led to a lot of disturbances from both tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so on the news recently, it was agreed that the Ashanti Hene will do a mediation. He is one of the kings in the Ashanti kingdom, that's Kumasi side. He would call on both parties and do a mediation, listen to both sides, and decide or really come out with who he thinks should be the rightful owner. So that happened, and the report was released last week, and one of the tribe was declared to be the rightful owners, and that has sparked things again. The other party is not taking it lightly that
Oh.
they have chosen the other people. So the conflict in Nalerigu is actually they are targeting some people within the same tribe. They said that those people have been compromised, that they took money to actually accept the ruling in favor of the
Oh.
other tribe. So they burnt down one of their houses
Oh.
and even their cars.
Oh my God.
So yes, the military has imposed a curfew there, and even in Alu, no motorbikes are allowed for now until
Mm.
it is revised. So no one is allowed to ride a motorbike. No one is allowed to wear a smock. That traditional big dress. They believe that people can hide ammunitions or
Ah.
weapons there. So it's actually crazy. Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Oh
Oh
my gosh. But the
goodness.
family is all safe. Yes. Your family?
yeah, yes. They are all safe. They are safe.
Good.
Oh,
Good.
that's good.
Well, be careful, and I hope that you don't have to spend the holidays alone. But if you do, know that we'll be thinking of you, and I'm sure your family will be as well.
Yes.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think even yesterday, from Tamale to Naleru, there were just some few vehicles, or
Hmm.
transport vehicles that were actually carrying passengers. So,
I see.
yes, to Naleru. So it's actually it has brought a lot of disturbances in so many aspects of life, transport, security, just personal movements, and
Yeah.
um, yes.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure. Well, thank you for that update. And like I said, I hope everything gets resolved and that the mediator's decision, as you said, wasn't compromised and that everybody can accept the decision.
Yeah, that's what we are all looking at.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great, great. Well, I don't
okay.
know where Salam is.
That's
I'll
it.
turn it over to the president.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. Hopefully, he'll be able to join us. Like Kevin mentioned, Luke is not here today because he has to work. So he can come see us in a couple of days. And Elena is traveling down, so she won't be able to make the meeting today. either. So it's the three of us right, or I guess five of us right now.
Uh-huh.
Three, no, four. Sorry, I still need more tea.
It's okay. It's okay. I was questioning as well. Like, I'm just gonna go with whatever she says.
Oh my goodness. All right, looking at the agenda, starting with kind of an overview, the senior grant writer hiring. It's been an active week for us. We interviewed two individuals for the senior grant writer position and have decided that one individual definitely fits the role for the senior grant writer. The other individual, we're kind of thinking more of a grant coordinator or maybe a bookkeeping role. We're not too sure yet. So that Warahana is the individual that we're looking at for the senior grant writing role. And then another individual that we interviewed, Hamdan, which is a friend of Salam's that he's known for quite some time, has a good finance background as well. He's looking to get into grant writing, but we're kind of thinking based on his skills and his experience that he may fit better as a bookkeeper or something of that nature. Correct?
Yeah, integrated into the organization. His passion is really good. We had interviews with both of those individuals this week. And so yeah. Hello, Salam, welcome. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, can
Hello.
you hear us okay?
Yes, I had
Okay.
some difficulty with my network.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We just got started, so I'll let the president repeat so
Yeah.
we can catch everyone up.
Yes. I was just saying how we had a busy week. We interviewed two individuals for the senior grant writing position. The first individual we talked to was Hamdan, who is a childhood friend or a school friend of Salam's. He has great passion, a lot of good finance experience, and so we were kind of thinking that he may be a better fit for a bookkeeping role or something, some other role to kind of integrate him into the foundation. Right.
Yeah, and then we also interviewed Warahana yesterday. Both interviews were really good. The individuals are strong candidates to be members of the organization. I think is what we do. I think is what we typically do is while we interview for a specific position like a senior grant writer, I think we make sure that we keep everyone in mind as what role they might fit into right now, whether they want to work into that senior role or they're qualified for that senior role. And so I think we had great interviews. We'd like to figure out a place that works for Hamdan and for Warahana. And we are continuing to proceed with the evaluations and the offers, at least for the senior grant writer role, because the senior grant writer role will actually hire and be a part of the hiring group for the assistant grant coordinator because they'll be working so closely together. So we feel that it's important to put the junior position on hold for right now and look to the senior grant writer role first. And so yeah, again, we've done that interview. We feel Warahana is a great candidate. We're excited to have her on board. We're hopefully that we can come to agreements on compensation and the contract. We have written the contract, and without any, with getting everyone's input here, we'd like to decide if we should extend the offer to her. She clearly has the skills as she has successfully written grant applications before. She has an entrepreneurial background as well, which is always a strong thing because that means she can take projects and has taken grants through the full life cycle. So from finding the grant to closing the grant, if you will, she has been through that whole process at least a couple of times. So her guidance and leadership there would be something that would be able to guide us as an organization moving forward. So I know Benny and Salam, you both uh, uh, have and know of Warahana. Daniel, I don't think you met Warahana when we traveled to Ghana. but we're obviously open for your input as well. So maybe we can just hear from Benny as to his thoughts on making an offer to Warahana, and if he has any reservations or his concerns. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
go
go
from
ahead.
there.
Yeah, so I think Warhana it's a good candidate. Along the line, whilst we kept the position open, I recommended her to Salam to see if she could apply. And the reason why I recommended her was her abilities. I think some time ago they came to the school in Nalerigu. There's a nursing training school
Mm-hmm.
where they had to run a program on training teachers in terms of technology to
Mm-hmm.
deliver some courses. I think it was somewhere during the COVID-19 period. So that was how I got to know of her. And I realized that she has a lot of skills in terms of handling programs and organizing. And even after that, I saw that she was running a foundation where she was training kids. And from there, I noticed that she write grants to solicit for donations in running such foundation. So I felt like it could be an opportunity for us to bring her on board to see.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's a good candidate,
Great.
and yeah.
Great. I think along those lines, there are two other things that we need to address. Is Salam has a personal relationship with Warahana, and we wanted to make sure that that personal relationship wasn't going to get in the way of the organization's mission and success. And she affirmed to us verbally with quite convincing words that this was something that she was able to manage and was able to be successful at, regardless of personal relationships with anyone in the organization. And we were grateful that she clarified that, as Salam has as well. And I'll let Salam obviously talk to that. But yeah, he. So that's just important to note because um, we don't we don't. We allow relationships within the organization, both personal and professional. We don't have any policy against that. Obviously, we've been married 30 years, so we don't have a spousal type of agreement as far as who can work for the organization. It's just critical that whoever works for the organization puts the organization at outside of those personal relationships, and that they put the mission of the organization first, not in front of their personal relationship, but when they're on the clock and are working for the organization, that those things don't get in the way. Do you have things to add to that?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. Yeah, we had a great conversation with her and discussed, the expectations of the role, how it would look like her working, remotely, the hours, location, everything like that. And so she was fine with all the terms that we had talked about, the communication in responding to messages, the two meetings, compensation, everything. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
everything to add.
we've covered a good bit. Go ahead, Salam, if you'd like to give your feedback regarding the things that we've discussed regarding Warhana and his senior grant writing position, as that'll be the first position that we hire.
Yes, I think I'm I'm grateful, and it's good that you've come to almost a conclusion, and you seem comfortable that she can do the work.
Mm-hmm.
I believe what matters importantly is that she's able to deliver. Um, the goal here is to work for organizational success, and just like Ben said, I have witnessed it firsthand, her capabilities when it comes to grant writing and her discipline towards work. So, absolutely, these have nothing to do with personal relationships, and personal relationships will keep being personal, and work relationship will be work relationship.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yes, so that's all I have to say.
Yeah, well said, Salam, and we appreciate that acknowledgement. And I think that, you know, the her ability, she's very technically sound, in that she understands technology as her background is in software, and so that is a good fit with our organization as well because we are uh, technologically heavy. We do use things like AI. She understands software development. She understands putting together. One of the things that I thought was really interesting and was a good fit, and I think you both, Salam and Benny, touched on it. And I want to bring it up is that um, with the dialogue, and Benny, I know you've been celebrating and you should be. That's important. So if you're not 100% up to speed, it's fine. But I believe Salam's been following along closely. The concept of that we've had going forward with regards to RN entrepreneurs, an idea that Salam and I hashed through in previous days. Um, is going to require us to train RNs to be entrepreneurs. And I think Warahana brings an interesting, excuse me, aspect to the position in that she has done training programs for remote individuals before using technology in a studio environment where they produced videos, um, they documented procedures, best practices, these kinds of things. And when I heard her say that yesterday, I thought to myself, that's actually a really important skill. Although she is a grant writer, that could be something that she advises Benny or maybe even someone else on the team to help us develop. Salam, for you to execute, for us to develop a set of training materials that help take a nurse who's schooled in health and medical into becoming an entrepreneur. So I think that that is a interesting aspect that Warahana brings to the organization, and she's very much a team player in that it feels like she's willing to do whatever it is, both strategically and um, carry the box, if you will, type work to see the organization become successful. So I don't know, Benny, if you could comment on that again. I think you led on to it in that you had seen her do some training material and her success with taking the project again from start to finish. And then Salam, maybe you can comment as well, and we'll turn it over to Danny for comments.
Yeah, so there's this nation training school in Nalerigu. There was a time they wanted to begin developing some of their lectures or having a database of some of the lectures online where students could follow. Yes, that was when I met her at Nalerigu, and it happened that at some point I was also helping in capturing some of the videos that were used for these online lessons. So
Nice.
she was sent over there to lead in one of the programs to make sure that they are captured and then they are kept online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she has a deal of expertise when it comes to that. Yes, and I can confidently say that because I've in a way worked with her on that field. Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Excellent.
Great.
Thanks. Danny, how about your thoughts?
I think it sounds good.
Okay.
You don't see any reservation with the personal conflict potential between Salam and Warahana. Obviously, he said it's not going to be an issue. She said it's not going to be an issue. Um, and that personal relationship's going to stay personal. Do you have any concerns or want to know anything regarding her background or education that we can share? She'll obviously be brought into this meeting and introduced. It's just right now we're trying to get to the point of the offer letter and sending it to her. Do you have any questions or concerns about any of that, Daniel?
No, I think it sounds good.
It sounds okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, great. And
Yeah,
then
and
so,
with this being our last meeting of the year too, it was too rushed to have just, interviewed her yesterday, then have her come in today to the meeting, and then with Elena and Luke not being here today as well, then it just wasn't a good fit. And so we've told her as well as Hamdan that more than likely we'll have more communication with them after the first of the year, just because it is the end of the year, it's the holidays, we're trying to wrap things up, financials, etc. So they were both fine with that, and we've been in email communication with them since as well. So,
yeah. Salam, do you have any thoughts on the medical training RN work that Warahana did? Did you see that? How do you feel about that?
Please, I didn't get your question clearly. You mean medical training we've done or what we're about to do?
No, sorry. With regards to what she had done in the past with the nurses in Nalerigu or the midwives. I don't know if you were part of that or saw any of the production of the medical nursing training documents and videos.
So, yes. So what happened was that my friend, a very close friend of mine, is the IT director of the school, the Nalerigu nursing training. And he had another colleague who was lecturing in the school and owns a company called Afro Technologies. So the school saw this grant opportunity to implement an e-learning platform and build a studio where they can prepare e-learning materials such as videos and other visuals for their students. And so my friend contacted me, and they were looking for someone who had a technology background and could lead this project and also help them develop a good grant proposal to win this particular grant. So, and knowing her background, my friend reached out and I recommended that she could do it. She partnered with the CEO of Afro Technologies, and she literally handled the grant process, and they were able to win about $100,000 grant.
Beautiful.
For the school. And the actual idea was that when they were done with the school and it is successful, they would carry it across other nursing training schools. Unfortunately, the CEO wasn't a straightforward person. And he, at a point, he just felt he could spend the money and nothing will happen to him. So the school at a point even wanted to discontinue the work with him. But because of my relationship with the IT director, we kept talking back and forth, and I told them I would push Warahana to make sure she insists on the right thing being done. And if the boss was not willing to release funding to make sure the right thing was done, then the best way was to report his company to the grants institution. Yes. So there was some tussle there. At the end of the day, she actually wrote to the grant institution because her boss raised an issue which was a bit valid, because it was a time the exchange rate against the cedi was really bad. One of the concerns he raised was that it wasn't that he actually just wanted to spend the money, but the cedi has lost value and it was affecting the project. And I think the grant institution was able to give them some top up, which I don't have the actual amount, and they proceeded to do the work. So when the work got done, because of how creepy the CEO was, Warahana lost interest in working with him.
I see.
And I think since he left, the project has been stalled, and the man has not been able to win another grant. And just like Ben said, Ben has equally worked with this man, and the man is just one person who likes to use people for free. I think he still owes Ben some money. He would use you, work with you, and never pay you for your work.
Oh, that's awful.
He wants everything to himself.
Yeah.
So the school itself has currently, as we speak, blacklisted him from undertaking any projects for them.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really good background because it shows the character of Warahana, that she's willing to step up and speak out as a whistleblower, someone who's going to say this isn't right, and somebody should know. That character is very important for all of us to understand, and we should all feel comfortable, as we made clear with her, that she has a direct line to the Presidio, and that she will report directly to the Presidio for clarity. And so, should she see things within our organization as we grow, because growing is difficult, uh, that she should be willing and able to reach out to the Presidio at any point in time regarding uh, regarding her concerns. So this is a very strategic position in our organization. Um, and so it's good to hear that she has that character, because that character of doing the right thing, I think we all possess, and we need to expect that of those that we hire.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. I think with the interest of time, we're going to move along unless anybody else has any more feedback or questions on the senior grant writer position.
Yeah, so the idea is to hire the senior grant writer and then allow that individual to work with finding the grant coordinator position, and then we still need the bookkeeper position, but we're also working through other things that we're going to need people for. So I think it's important that Benny and Salam on the ground there in Ghana keep their eyes and ears open for individuals who are doing amazing things. uh, we are definitely going to need some more people in the organization when the grants start flowing, and we're going to need people that we can trust, as in with money, and also we're going to need people that are have an ethical background to stand up and speak up when things aren't the way they should be, and let people know. So keep those mentee lines long, and keep those opportunities open. I know that we're working with Zuera, and she is engaged in some discussions and has a nursing background, seems very engaged. And so, working with her a bit on this overall plan, strategic plan that will be released, and the board will commence discussing at the upcoming conference as to how to proceed with this concept of health hubs and RN entrepreneurs that we plan to undertake in 2026.
I think with that being said, we're not only looking for people in Ghana. So if Daniel happens to know of somebody, or even if Ben or Salam knows somebody in the UK or wherever it is, we're definitely looking for somebody anywhere. I've reached out to some other fellow nomads here and see if they want the bookkeeping position, because it can be done remotely and offers them that opportunity to still be a nomad. So
Yeah,
with that being said, we will move on.
absolutely.
Okay. Excellent. Next, media publication with Modern Ghana. It was in progress. Outlet confirmed. Payment and publication to be finalized Monday.
And that was all done.
Okay.
Yep. And Benny took care of that, and he's got that source already in the draft version of the Wikipedia, which I was reading through, and it looks really good. I did send it through our Notebook LM, asking it, as Benny saw and the group might have seen in Discord, asking it to polish it up, just to give us some ideas. Doesn't mean we need to accept them all, but give us some ideas. And it is still spinning. So overnight, I don't know if the request has failed, if it's too big of a request, but it is will not process the request. So Benny, I will get that to you as soon as possible. Know that that's my responsibility, and I'm actively working it. Do you have any thoughts on that?
All right, sure, that's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, I read through the draft, and I was like, we have this great knowledge base. Let's put it through here and see if it adds anything. And literally, I've done it twice now. I've canceled the request and tried again overnight, letting it process, and it says that it's essentially continuing to research. So we may have stumped our our knowledge base. I don't know. We'll continue to try to work it, and I'll get its results to you in some format that is hopefully manageable for you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So with the weights, when we get the feedback,
Mhm.
we can have another draft. So that was just the first draft to
Yeah,
see the overview and see how the arrangements would be. So
yeah.
all the necessary corrections could be done, and we have another draft again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually have I have someone too who has been handling some Wikipedia hubs in the north here.
Okay.
So I reached out to her yesterday, and so fortunately she happened to have volunteered for just a ended event at Tamale. So I
Uh,
can see that yes, events like this are important. We get to meet people who we can share knowledge with.
yeah.
She sh- yes, she sent me a connection on LinkedIn, and I noticed that on her profile she has been handling some Wikimedia and Wikipedia. You know, Wikipedia is trying to localize their content,
Uh-huh.
especially in Tamale Dagbani. They want the local languages to be part, and she happened to be handling some of the events. So I actually spoke with her, and we
Yeah.
had a lengthy discussion just on how the notability works,
Mm-hmm.
how the language should be neutral, and all that. So yeah, she gave some guidance before we put this up. So after we make all the corrections in the draft, I intend for her to have a look as well.
Mm-hmm.
Before she actually said that the issue is when we submit, it takes long before it is reviewed.
Mm.
Yes, and Wikipedia states it that it can take up to 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yes, yes. But she said when we finally put it up, um, I could send her the link. Maybe she has some people who are moderators. If they could prioritize it and have a look at it quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, Benny. And again, I think with you guys being in the community doing events, those connections are huge. That's exactly what we would hope that you would do is try to find those connections that help our organization move forward on its current action plan. And we've been talking about Wikipedia for a long time now, and I think it's not about the launch date. It's about the quality. And I think you pointed out, please correct me if I'm wrong, is that this draft should be our best foot forward with as complete as possible because if there are changes, they will all have to be reviewed again, correct? Which could be another 4 weeks.
Yes, that's correct. So I think it's important we get our first drafts
Yeah.
very right before we submit it for review.
Okay, great. Yeah, so you created the first draft, which was beautiful. I'm working on maybe some input to that, and then that will produce another draft, and there may be two or three other drafts after that before we decide to move ahead. But great work on the first draft and getting the format there with all of the links and everything there. That's very good. I will provide that next draft as soon as I'm able to, knowing that we have the conference coming up in the end of the year. So, but I will get that to you as soon as possible. Great work on that.
All right, sure. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
what action item is that for you?
No, that action item there is for me to get the draft back to the Wikipedia draft back to Benny,
Okay.
so that he can assemble it in a way that will produce the next version of the draft.
Okay.
And excellent work there, Salam, on getting the media post. That's what we needed. That brought it all together. So excellent work on that, and excellent teamwork to get all of this done as a team. Great work.
Yeah, excellent. If I could reach the laptop, I would do a little celebration.
Oh, I'll do it for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, that's okay.
Very nice, very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, so then you went into
Now
the
I'm
next.
struggling to do it.
Oh, good, 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 good. You got it. You got it. Keep trying.
Yay!
Yay! Very good. Very good. Very good.
Okay, so you touched on the Wikipedia page drafting, the sales invoices for Project 75 for the in-kind donations. How's that coming along? Salam and Kevin?
Yes, I have entered that sales invoice. I did cross check all the other projects, and the sales invoices have been in place. So
Beautiful,
Excellent.
beautiful.
all sales invoices have been entered now.
Okay, great. So, so that's a good, a good thing. Salam, thank you for doing that. I think Benny, I haven't run the report recently because I've been doing 1,000 other things, but I will. Do you know, Benny, of any category outstanding issues, or are we all good on that now? Oh, we're still waiting on the location because of the medical data. I'm confused,
The medical data
Yeah,
is all entered.
but it's not.
yeah,
We still have an error.
yeah, yeah. So actually the error we are getting is still from project 47.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's no location for that.
Right.
Yes,
And
yes, and
why?
the reason,
Oh, go ahead.
yes, the reason is that project 47 is not the medical events on
Mm-hmm.
Smiley. So that is just the main issue here.
Right.
Okay.
And so remind me again for our note taker AI, what exactly has to be done? Because I believe that has to be the the medical event that's under 47 needs to move under 46, and then the location needs to be set on 46. Is that correct?
No, the location is 29,
Oh, sorry.
i-
Go ahead, Benny.
not
You correct me.
46.
Correct me.
Yes, so actually 47, I think there was a mix up in from our blog post where 47 was recorded as the project number for the Tamale Girls
Mm-hmm.
project, when in actual sense on Smiley, all the data, when the project was created, it was created under project 29. Yes, so because of this issue, when we were sorting out and the president and I identified the list of projects that were yet to be entered, we cross-checked through our blog post and
Mm-hmm.
compared with what was already entered, and we noticed that 47 was not entered. So we decided to enter the data for Tamale Girls in the name of 47 under our medical clinic data. So after entering that and the report was run, we realized that 47 is not actually a medical event on Smiley. 47 should have rather been 29 because when we look at 29, it all points out to Tamale Girls.
Hmm.
So when I checked 47 yesterday, it has some data about Loreto
Mm-hmm.
events. Yes. So that means the naming there on Smiley was misplaced. So I think what we have to do is to um, assign 47, all the data for 47 should rather be for 29, project number 29, and not 47. So with
Okay.
And so,
29, yes, with 29, we have that location set to Tamale, and we won't have the issue of a missing location.
Okay.
are you talking about just 29 or pre 29?
No, just 29.
Just 29. Okay. Because I
Yes.
thought we had found that 29 was actually number 55.
55. No,
No,
I think, yes, 55 was a different project.
because that was business senior high school.
Yes, business senior high school
Okay.
um is different from the Tamale girls.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So you're saying Tamale girls should be 29, not 47.
yes.
Okay.
So, okay, so Benny, you are our main compliance man. We do anything you say around compliance. Are you going to handle this or do you need help?
Um, so I think at a point I would need help with with the naming and moving of the medical data, maybe from 47 to 29.
Okay, so yeah,
Since
this is good. This is
yes,
exactly what I need to know. So I, as the IT guy, I can handle all the data changes, but
yes,
my dyslexia and I'll be straight up to say it, is I'm more confused than ever. So we're going to rely on you to tell us, other than the data, do you have everything you need as far as moving files from attachments that might go under different projects and all of that? You can do all of that, right?
Um,
Because
I
what you can do is just download the file, delete the file, and re-upload it
okay.
to where it goes. If there is like, for example, if there is an attachment under a project, and I'm not even going to use a number because I'll just confuse things more. If there's a project that has an attachment, you can remove that attachment. I'm sorry, you can download it, delete it, and attach it to the correct project to clean things up. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yes,
Okay.
I think the only challenge I would have, I can do that on Smiley, but when we finally settle on the medical data, that is where I would need your help.
Yes.
Yes, in making sure that the medical data correspond to the right names of the projects.
Okay. And so is
Yes.
what I'd like you to do, if you could, is could you put together that spreadsheet that tells me, that just has the column project, original project, future project, and then I will move the data. I think that's all I need, because I will just select all of the records under the medical. I don't know how to do it, Benny. I'm happy to do it. I don't know how to do
Uh,
it though. I don't know. Maybe you can
yes.
give. I feel like I haven't had enough coffee. I haven't had any coffee today, just tea. But but um but but if you can tell me what you need the data to do, I can 100% do that.
Okay, yes. So
I
after
just don't
this,
want to change the projects because I'm gonna mess both of you up if I do.
yes, yes. So I'll take a look at it and then I'll provide you with which project needs to be moved to which project.
Yeah.
Yes, just with the medical data. I think we are good with the other one. It's just the medical data
Yeah.
that we have conflicts
Yeah,
with.
and I
Yes.
can do those bulk updates from one project to the other, or whatever you need done. Just let me know. Know that you've got the lead and on correcting this, and also that I'm here to support you with the data in whatever way you want. And obviously, you can refer to the Presidio if you have questions.
I just sent you, Ben, in WhatsApp. I was able to go back and find the spreadsheet that we had used when we were doing the transferring of the naming of the projects. And on the Google Sheet, we actually had like a notes kind of section, like this one was 47, all the numbers and stuff. So I sent that to you in WhatsApp, and hopefully that will help clear things up as well. Let me know if you have questions for that. I can reference the Google Sheet if you
Y-
need me to.
Yes. So I'm taking a look at it now and I can actually see that under the album name we have 29, but when we go to notes, you see it is number 47.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the challenge has been. On Smiley, the project that's supposed to be 29 actually shows 47 on the
Mm,
blog post. Yeah,
gotcha.
so I think we can have that sorted since we've identified where the problem is. We can have that sorted after. Yeah.
Great. And
Okay.
the good thing there is you have access to the album, you have access to the blog post, and you have access to
Yes.
Smiley to get all of that in sync. And unfortunately, I think a lot of this confusion was because we brought the old projects into Smiley and some of the numbers conflicted.
Yeah. Yeah.
The sequence of project numbers. It'll never happen again because every project now has a unique sequential ID. We're going to get 75, 76, 77, etc. So it'll never happen again. It's just because we brought the legacy projects into Smiley so that all of our documentation, was in one place, that I really think this mix up happened.
Okay. Okay.
So let us
That's fine.
know what you need us to do, and I'm happy to help out, and so is the Presidio.
All right. Sure. Sure.
Great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for taking the lead on that.
All right. Thank you too. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, moving on the agenda, we're talking about the onboarding of Simone and Zuera. Tell me again how to pronounce your sister's name. I want to get it right. I feel like I butcher it every time.
Yes, so I think you just pronounce it right.
Zuera.
Yes.
Okay.
Zuera. I'm so sorry. I don't know why this one's hard. I think it's because I try to assimilate names with other names that I know, and this one is so different I can't assimilate it. But it's a beautiful name. I just can't get it right. So Zuera.
And there's an I in there, so I want to put that kind of E,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Did you write it phonetically?
No, I got it now. Zuera.
Zuera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zuera.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, so Simone, I believe, is in Discord, and
yeah, we welcomed him yesterday or day before, so that's good. Thank you, Benny, for that.
And Zuera, I don't think is in Discord yet. I know she's been very active in the WhatsApp groups, but I didn't see her on Discord. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
I haven't seen her either.
Okay.
Yes, I think I'll prompt her to join the Discord platform.
Okay, great. Because is what's going to happen, Salam and Benny, you guys are in the group as well. Is this group that we have in WhatsApp called Health? It's called now called Health Hub and RNs. This group, at some point, I did it because of Tim and Jody. I didn't want to try to get them on Discord, etc. But this group in WhatsApp eventually will be disbanded, and the discussion will move to a Discord channel for everybody. It's just that right now we're dealing with some people that I couldn't get in Discord yet, and I wanted their professional experience, and so we've gone ahead and done it in WhatsApp, and you've been a part of it. But it'll eventually move with the summary into a new Discord channel. So if you can let her know that this won't be another thing that she needs to track, it's just a transition, that would be helpful.
Okay.
Great.
Excellent.
And then I think there's been some discussion about her position, and it will probably take our senior grant writer to comment. It will take your feedback, Salam, Benny, yours, Daniel's, everyone's, to see how we proceed. But we think that Zuara is probably the most solid candidate that we have right now for leading this initiative of rolling out these health hubs. Because of her nursing background and her experience, she can put together training materials. She can put together the distribution of medications. She can track those.
Let's not get too heavy into that discussion because Daniel has no idea.
Okay.
I think, right? What's going on? Because that'll become with the board meeting and stuff like that.
Fair.
So kind of a little bit of what happened. I had a doctor's appointment on Friday. And so the first hour I was able to meet with Salam and Kevin, and then I had to go to the doctor's appointment. So about an hour later, I come back, and all of a sudden, they have brainstormed another opportunity for us to explore in Ghana. So we will be discussing that with the board this coming week at the conference.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess my only point was let Zora know that we're trying to make a position for her.
Okay.
If she's interested, yeah, we're trying to figure out what that role looks like. That's kind of maybe her incentive to continue to participate. We definitely appreciate it, and we need an RN or a nurse on the ground.
Yeah, and it's so much different. I can advise, but I'm not in Ghana, and I'm not a native of. I'm not Ghanaian, so it's a little bit different as far as what we do in the U.S. and do there and stuff like that. But I'm happy, of course, some of our knowledge, cross and stuff as well. So I'm looking forward to working with her a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
End of the year celebration. How is that going, Salam, for the volunteers?
Yes. So originally we were thinking of having it on the 27th, which will be on Saturday. Unfortunately, or is it fortunately, I had an invitation by Dr. Kweku Asedu who has been a very good supporter of our programs. He recently donated um, about $5,000 worth of test kits of HIV to us.
Beautiful.
And so he's holding a get together for his friends and business associates on the same 27th, and he has personally invited me, which I think I should show up because that would continue to build our relationship and probably introduce us to open the organization up and also introduce us to potential people who can support. There's a saying that uh, successful people are surrounded by successful people. So I believe we can get some connections through that. So I was discussing with Ben yesterday, and we intend to move the celebration to the 25th.
Okay.
That's Thursday, Christmas Day evening in the office in Tamale.
Okay.
And we were also thinking that though you have not concluded with we've not concluded with Hamdan, we've not concluded with Zuera, we've not concluded with Simone and Warahana, but we are thinking that it would be good to have all of them
Yes.
participate in this get together and we get to discuss and brainstorm the future of the organization going into 2026.
Yeah. I think that's
Yes.
excellent decision, Salam, and the networking opportunity on the 27th is the right thing to do, in my opinion, as well. As well as moving it to the 25th and inviting those other individuals. Hopefully, because the conference, if I'm not mistaken, the conference starts on the 23rd. So I'm hopeful that we can just get approval from the board going forward as part of one of the action items of the conference to go ahead with at least you being able to show the video that I put together, Salam, with the idea of what we hope to do in 2026. And while it doesn't include all of the details and maybe not all of the papers yet, as we're still writing, but the video I think does a good overview of what it is we're hoping to do in 2026 with regards to RN entrepreneurs and the health hub idea. So hopefully that's something that you can share on that evening of the 25th with the team to get them really excited about and discuss just at the highest level this idea and concept and get feedback because all of those people will have potentially a vested interest in working with us in the future and helping us achieve our goals.
Yes, I agree. And I think the idea of having them watch the video is a good idea. I watch it and it's good. It illustrates the whole idea in simple terms. And the paperwork you've done is also crazy. And when I read it, I was like, this is so good and this is so powerful. Personally, with my little experience in the nonprofit sector, I feel this is a deal breaker and is going to give us an opportunity to look for grants from different angles. Um, People who are institutional donors interested in supporting the WASH program, for instance, would have a very good idea to support our borehole projects because they know these borehole projects are not just going to provide water to communities, but to health.
Yeah.
Then there are other organizations I have come across when I was just perusing the internet with regards to grants who also even support they support organizations that are creating employment
Uh-huh.
for you to pay your staff.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of opportunities and even the workstations themselves that going forward we can learn certain grants that will support, especially the World Health Organization. I know they've been supporting government on this cheap compounds agenda, just that government usually, because of political interest and corruption, they are not able to perform very well. And these organizations, institutional donors, when they give you fund or grant and they are not impressed with the implementation process, it becomes difficult for you to go back to them.
Uh-huh.
So it stalls some of these projects. But I think these new concepts changes and realign properly our medical project. And I see under it quite a number of sub projects, and that just makes the organization very rich in ideas and powerful on that tangent. And so one thing that came to my mind was that personally, if this was my call to make, I would say 2026, we should give that area very important attention because it carries along the medical and the food,
Uh-huh.
and probably less attention to the shelter. And then when I also read the implementation strategy, it just felt so excellent. And if we hand this breakdown to any institution, that is really so. When I was reading it, I was just questioning myself if I have resources and the intention is actually to support people to have access to health, then what will prevent me from supporting this project? The only question I would ask is, in an event that there is an emergency beyond the next station,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to make a referral to the district hospital,
Mm-hmm.
given that we have deplorable roads, what would be the mode of what would be the logistical arrangement? So one thing idea I thought that I would suggest in this meeting is to look at. I have seen some. I think about 2 3 years ago, I went to one facility and I saw that an NGO donated a tricycle
Mm-hmm.
that they got someone to do some body works on it and prepared it just like an ambulance,
Ambulance, yeah.
created some small windows that could be used to service these remote areas.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe going forward we can look at something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That is not expensive but can navigate the roads and the potholes. And
Yeah.
maybe we just do a little touches to make it comfortable for a patient to be kept in it, to be rushed to the next bigger facility for treatment.
Yeah, I think
So thank
it's
you.
all really good input and things that we need to consider as we move forward. And that's why this getting the senior grant writer is our top priority, is because we need someone who's going to be in it in the beginning and understand that what we're trying to do and how we're going to move forward. So I appreciate the kudos for all the work that we put into it. That's much appreciated and keeps me going. So I appreciate that. And I think that it's good to hear that the video is simple enough for most to understand and conveys the message, whether we expand on it or contract and implement smaller. I think one thing that I realized, and apologies again, Daniel, is that I told the President that I finally figured out where the water went. Remember, whenever we talk about water, we say, oh, well, it touches, it touches food and it touches medical. Well, the reality is we were classifying boreholes under food. But in this new model, the reality is it's under medical, and it includes, the project. The thing that we've done is we've talked about we've incorporated all three pillars essentially into this health hub idea, because we have a structure. So we have shelter that
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
investing in. We have water, which we're investing in. We have food, uh, which we're not investing in that way directly through that project, but then we're investing in medical. And so it really is a multi-pillar approach to our mission. And so I'm excited about it. I'm glad you're excited about it, and you feel that the papers read well and are easily conveyed.
yeah.
Okay, thank you for
Great. And
that.
then Benny, do you have any thoughts on the celebration changes, dates, and the networking? Do you feel that that's all in alignment?
Yeah, I think that's all in line. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Okay, great. And you feel the video is good as well?
Yeah, I took a look at it, and the infographics there explains a lot together with the voice. So it's great, simple
Good,
and detailed. Yeah.
good. Glad. I'm glad.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Let's see. The medical group discussion strategy shift. Discuss the inputs from the WhatsApp medical group regarding the move from a test model to a treatment model.
Yep. And that's
Okay.
the whole gist of what spurred this on, is that essentially the cutting of U.S. aid meant that we needed to prioritize and move from a test only organization to a test and treat model. Then using artificial intelligence and some creative thinking, we came up with this idea of health hubs and health hubs and the um, nurse entrepreneurs. Salam, do you have something?
Yes. So I just wanted to ask a question so you can clarify for me. So I didn't the safe blanket. I have difficulty understanding it very well. Is it because I saw you said safe blankets and mentioned some other medication. When I saw the safe blanket, what came to my mind first was um, mosquito nets for
Uh-huh.
malaria prevention.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So I just wanted that clarification.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I think that, the blanket is kind of like that that comforting piece. So definitely something like mosquito nets could be distributed through the health hub and it could be sold there to locals in the villages to protect against malaria, etc. So I think it's really an early step, and things like motorbikes and yellows and whatever we do around ambulances or even network connections and Starlink, et cetera, those things, mosquito nets, those things will all be developed as part of the grant writer's job, and we hope that as Warahana comes on board, that she can experience the vision that we have and help us elaborate and articulate it to secure the funds to execute uh, in a successful manner. And obviously, this is a two-prong approach, and if I haven't already said this, I want to make sure this is clear. So. Um, Warahana in the senior grant writer role, as she accepts the position, would be Salam's peer, both of them reporting to the CEO. And Warahana would be responsible for bringing in the funds, and Salam would be responsible for executing on the funds. And then, Benny, your responsibility would be making sure that all of the compliance needs are taken care of with the help of the senior grant writer, the execution, and the grant coordinator. So that's kind of how everybody's role will be as we move forward with the senior grant writer. Hopefully that's clear and makes sense. If you have comments, please make them now, because that's what we're thinking on this side. Salam, do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I think that is very clear and we expect it. Yes.
Okay, great. And Benny, you as well?
Yeah, it's clear with me.
Great, great,
Okay.
beautiful.
Excellent. Positivity rate reporting. Review the new data segment Tamale versus Village, which allows for specific positivity rate calculations for HIV and malaria.
Yep. So we have those. Benny did an excellent job going through the projects, reclassifying their locations to be whether they were performed in the village, the villages in the north, or they were performed in Tamale, the metro area there. And so we have that breakdown. But as we don't, that information will go into the grant writing as what we've done. But as we move forward, we'll have to build new systems to support the health hubs within Smiley, and that data collection will be changing, obviously, so that we can better track the distribution of medications for grants, et cetera. So yes, we've done that, and this cleanup of the projects that Benny is going to do will solidify that for the senior grant writer to have tangible results of things that we've done in the past they can write to.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Then another, you have the present the workflow using ERP Next cost centers and budgets.
I haven't done that yet, so
Okay.
that's still something that I have to do is to work with. That's probably work that'll be deferred until the senior grant writer again is on board, because we need to discuss how dollars will be tracked within ERP Next, and I'll be looking for input on that as well. So I have good ideas on that. I just need to solidify it with the senior grant writer.
Okay, excellent. Next thing, the April 2026 trip. Still, the deadline is January 25th, like we discussed before. Kevin and I met with another individual. His name is Ren. I think I mentioned him before. We met him in Nakavongo when we volunteered there a few years ago. And so he is based in Eugene, very near Elena, so kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
And he and his girlfriend are considering coming. They're just trying to work out some logistics for them as far as other travel that they have going on. So, but he is a counselor, therapist, social worker by training, and he has great experience with events that he has organized a nonprofit himself, and he gets doctors and nurses and therapists in Oregon. And what they do is provide kind of like a pop-up medical tent, if you will. So they go to an outside concert, it's all outdoors kind of things. And they'll go there and they'll set up and they'll have doctors and nurses in case something should happen, or in case somebody, has a mental health issue, the social workers are there. And so he has been in charge of organizing medical groups, medical individuals, and providing this service all around Oregon. Mm-hmm. And so he's very excited, about the foundation, to learn more about what we do. And we're looking forward for him and Marietta, who is his girlfriend, to hopefully join us on the trip.
Absolutely. Yeah, he brings a lot of medical knowledge as well as organizational skills that could be definitely beneficial. And the fact that he and Marietta are interested in traveling is great, because it means more people not only believe in our mission but are supporting our mission. So we're grateful for that.
Absolutely. I think for the rest of the action items, we've gone over, and you can see there on the agenda. I won't go into that. This will be our last meeting for 2025. We will resume on, let me get it here really quick. January 4th will be our next all-team meeting, and then January 2nd will be the next Ghana meeting.
And I'd just like to ask that you read through those existing action items,
okay,
because then they'll be noted and won't get lost. So even if we don't comment or stop on them, they'll be noted as action items for future meetings.
Okay. First action item was to call Modern Ghana to finalize payment of 2,700 CDs and ensure publication.
Right, and that was completed.
Okay. Post the Wikipedia page draft to the marketing channel for board review once the news citation is live.
Working on that.
Finalize Project 75 sales invoices in Smiley to allow Kevin to update the map.
That's completed, and I have an action item to now update the map after Benny cleans up those projects and we get the data around the medical records all complete. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Verify Zuera has joined Discord server.
Yep, Discord, that's still required.
Okay, execute the end of year volunteer celebration within the $400 budget.
Right, and that's where you're working on that. Salam, I'll expect just a purchase invoice for the 400 US, and I will send that. Benny and Salam as well, regarding your wages, please submit your invoices with estimates between now and the end of the year on your hours, or what you need to report that you plan on working. And I'll plan on, I want to have those available, because as the end of the year comes closer, at one point I'm going to pay all my bills, and then I'm going to get to be done. So the sooner you can submit your invoices for the final month of December, the better. And then Salam, go ahead and submit that purchase invoice for the celebration at the end of the year with the medical staff. Does that sound okay, guys?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, great.
Perfect. Monitor upcoming grant tracking compliance via ERP Next cost centers.
Yeah, that's in progress, and that'll be deferred until the senior grant writer's on.
Okay. And the last one is to submit April trip deposits by January 15th. Begin visa applications per my advice, which is just you get your visa before booking your plane tickets.
Yep. And we're working with those, Presidency's working with those individuals to answer their questions around the visas. So yeah, so right now, Salam, just so you know, how many do we have that we're pretty sure are coming? 8, 9, 10?
We had 8, and then with Ren it would be 10, I believe.
Yeah, so we have almost 10 confirmed, and we're still trying to recruit for the trip. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, so I think maybe when we confirm and at the board conference, depending on the approval of the new developments of projects, that will inform the events or the projects we will undertake when you are in Ghana. So I think that is why I haven't submitted the events budget for 2026.
Yeah. I agree with that, and that's what we've been thinking. I've been thinking as well, is that budget should be put on hold now that we have a potential grant writer coming in, and we have kind of a more cohesive plan for what it is we want to do in 26 around the health hubs and the nurse entrepreneurs. So I think that that's smart and good. I did have some questions about the budget for the office. I'm not going to worry about it right now as we're running out of time.
I didn't know if you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the administrative assistant wages you had is 3,000, and then the annual cost was 3,600. So I was a little confused on that.
Okay, I think it's supposed to be 300.
Okay. Okay. And
Yes.
we'll need to evaluate that administrative assistant because, again, things are going to be changing there. We did talk with Warahana just for an update on this, is that if she did come on board, she said she would most likely be in the office a couple of days a week so that she could interact one-on-one with Benny and Salam. And so the rest of the day, she'll probably be working from home.
Have better internet connection.
And we'll be working with her on her internet connection. Will likely at home be Starlink, kind of the same setup that Benny has, and that might be one of the dishes that we already have there. Can you guys confirm how many Starlink mini dishes we have there?
2, yes.
2. Okay, so there's one at the office. That one needs to stay, and then Benny travels with the other one, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and so we'll figure out. I think while we can't, as she's a contractor, provide things like phones and internet access, we'll make sure that she has Starlink at home so that she can communicate remotely from there on the days that she doesn't come into the office. Do you have any problems with office space or things if she does participate in the office? I see that there are some desks and chairs. Salam, when you review the budget and make that correction on the 300, please take note that we may have an individual from the senior grant writer or an individual like Hamdan or an individual like Zuera. Did I get it right? Zuera in the office as well from time to time for not only these meetings but also the Friday meetings, which are essentially all hands Ghana team meetings.
Okay, I will do that. And just to touch base on Warahana's comment, I think whilst most of these roles can be handled remotely, exclusive of mine, because I am kind of the face of the organization. I think that all independent contractors that we hire should be encouraged to physically come to the office space as much as they can,
Mm-hmm.
because while we are getting known in northern region, um, especially now that we are going into grant application, we need to boost our visibility,
Uh-huh.
and we need to boost our appearance and recognition, not just within northern region. I think we still have some work to do in northern region, especially when it comes to institutional recognition and visibility.
Mm-hmm.
When I say institutional recognition and visibility, I mean other NGOs getting to know about us,
Mm-hmm.
and also do that nationwide. And usually, this is done when we are able to attend we are able to attend conferences or seminars or trainings organized by these other NGOs, and we are also able to join forums. So there are coalitions for NGOs in northern region. There are coalitions for uh, um, regional directors. There are coalitions for country directors of nonprofits in Ghana. When we're able to join this and get to represent very well in meetings and conferences to drive conversation and discussion regarding the NGO sector participation in the Ghanaian economy, then other organizations and NGOs that have already made name for themselves and recognized by these grant bodies would get to know about us. And that will give us a good chance, because sometimes if some of the institutional donors would already have certain relationships with existing organizations in the country, and when you write to them seeking for a grant, they sometimes will go back door to talk to these organizations to find out about your establishment and credibility.
Mm-hmm.
And it opens us up when these organizations know us very well and understand our activities. So if we have our independent contractors being present at the offices, sometimes when probably work doesn't allow that I am personally present everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
you are able to delegate someone to attend certain meetings, most of which um, may not require that we get approval. For instance, if I'm invited for a breakfast meeting with other NGOs, probably I would go, and then in the Ghana weekly meeting, I provide updates as to what has happened within the week. And sometimes you get to delegate someone like Ben, or maybe Warahana, or maybe Zuera, or Simone, or any other person, or Hamdan, to say that, oh, um, since we are here and I have this to take care of, if you can attend this meeting. So I think
Yeah, I
encouraging
think
them is
that's yeah, I think it's
important.
all good that we are aware of what other NGOs are doing, but I think it's also very important that we stay focused on what we're doing, because as we've done all along, our actions speak for our organization. And so while we need to get out there, I think that we need to be careful that we don't spend too much time networking. And you've done a great job of that, Salam. You're your role is, when I'm not executing, I'm networking. And execution is first and networking is second. And so as long as we keep those priorities, I think we're open to networking with other places, like we talked about the event on the 27th. This is important, but at the same time, if we had a project that we needed to execute, that would take precedence. And so the time for us to come together is and execute and communicate, which is the most difficult thing that we do, will be in the weekly meetings for the Ghana team and this all hands meetings. So I think we continue to balance. And then if there are concerns, I think strategically we'll look to the senior grant writer to say, this NGO we're writing a grant to, we need to spend some more time networking with them. And then you can reach out to them, invite them to coffee, whatever it might be, and then we can leverage that. So I think those are all good points, and we just have to know that when it comes to execution, that's first thing is communication, second thing is execution, third thing is networking, and that should be for all of everyone in the organization, the president, myself. Benny, Daniel, Elena, Luke, Salam, anyone who comes on in any other role. It's communication first within the organization, then it's execution of whatever responsibilities we've been given, whatever action items, tasks, etc. And then finally is the networking piece. And that's the bringing in new resources, identifying potential employees, whatever it might be. So I think it's well noted that is a component of the job, and that we just need to keep that as the order of priority. Do you have any thoughts on that, Salam? You might be muted. Okay.
No. Yeah.
Benny, do you have any thoughts on that, or comments, or agree, disagree, anything?
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, great. And Danny, do you have any thoughts or comments on that?
No, that sounds good.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I don't have anything else. I think it's been another successful, great meeting, and I wish everyone a happy new year.
Salam, do you have anything else?
No.
Ben, do you have anything?
No.
Okay, Danny?
No.
All right. Thanks again for attending. Danny, for representing the family. Good job. I hope everybody has a wonderful, happy holidays, a happy new year. Reach out because we obviously will be reading our messages and be online with the conference and such. But and you will be out of the office Monday and Tuesday?
Yeah, I'll be out of the office Monday and Tuesday, tomorrow and Tuesday.
Yeah. And so thank you all again for your energy, your passion, your ideas. We appreciate you all, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.